The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
Been pushed.
I don't see our awkward intros work better when there's a third person. I feel like we trick them into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what we did to Donnie last week.
That was great.
When it's just you and me, we expect it. Like
we know it's coming, so it's just not as off guard.
Respect. So make the cough noise, make the pause. The thing is, I'm not coughing as much thanks to being in Florida. My allergies aren't here.
Got that good air, huh?
God, I love it. All right. That was for Kev. Wait, if I say that, it ruins it.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, PSVG OT family. This is episode 39. We're almost to 40. I don't know if that means anything. It is your co-host, Coach Mo, with the other co-host, Mr. Devin. Dev, how are you, my friend?
I am doing fantastic on this lovely Saturday.
I love your Sony headphones.
Sony headphones.
Are those the gold?
These aren't Sony headphones. These are
gold.
They do like those. You're rocking some really nice Sony Pulse headsets there.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I love those. That was my favorites. But no, these are just some random something I got off Amazon.
From the side, I was like, dude, I like that.
Yeah.
Respect. All right, well, we are PSVG OT. We are the after hours, but we're recording during the day PSVG episode that follows PSVG, the main one, that has nothing to do with the main one.
Mm-mm.
But we tell stories.
Yes.
And we joke around and we're unprepared and we're here for you to listen to us and for you to laugh and have a good time. And so, Dev, how are you feeling, man? How's your week been?
You know, this has actually been a pretty good week. I'm feeling pretty good. It was this a short week? Yeah, this was a short week.
Yeah,
we had the vacation day on Monday, and I also took Tuesday off. Was going to play Destiny 2 for a second, but had a mishap with Best Buy and code redemption on the PS4 where I got locked out of redeeming codes for 24 hours, which sucked. So didn't get to play for a second until late Wednesday night. And then played it again on Thursday. Had a cool little movie night with the wife last night. And then today I just spiced up this room a little bit more. I built a bed. So this is our guest bedroom. So I built the bed, put some shelves up. But other than that, it's been a pretty chill week.
Nice. Now, I played Destiny Forsaken for almost 5 minutes and said, too much has changed. I don't know what's happening. I'm done. My issue. Okay, let me throw this out here. So you know how they give you that code coupon thingy and you put it in and it allows you to upgrade one of your players, one of your characters to whatever level to do the stuff is, right?
The latest boost, yeah.
Okay. So I don't have a warlock character. No big surprise there for anybody who knows me. Like that's not my guy. And so I was like, dude, free achievement. I punch that in, he gets all the things, achievement dings. No achievement ding, Dev.
Yeah,
no achievement ding. I was very upset. I was like,
if you read what it said, you can't go. It doesn't really complete any of the stuff. It just gives you the level. So you don't. Yeah, you have to still do the stuff to get the achievements.
Sucky. Well, I did it, and so 5 minutes ran away, terrified. Too many new things. So many things popping up at me. Did you know there were 2 other story expansions that I had no idea existed?
Of course I did.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely. See, I base most of my knowledge on achievements, and the Destiny 2 had stayed at 1,000. So in my mind, there is nothing else new that has come that I have to worry about. Lots of things have happened. That is not the same game that I remember playing with my buddy Dan and doing stuff in there.
Yeah, it has definitely changed.
Very different world. Now, we're not normally so video game centric in the beginning, but we decided to take a second to talk about Destiny 2. I don't know why we're talking about Destiny 2. If you're watching the video, I'm showing why we're talking about Destiny 2. Yes, that is the Cade statue with the game and the DLC. Wonder how we're going to talk about that later. Moving on. Now, we are the most unprepared, best storytelling podcast in all of PSVG. I don't know if that's true. I'm just going to say it because I'm in a really good mood. I had some spicy chicken. I just put a picture up on Twitter for everybody to see. Feeling really happy. Bears play tomorrow. All right, here we go. Our question, our topic for tonight, the thing we're going to be discussing is, and this comes from somebody who sent a gift into PSVG. Oh. Now, I don't think she meant it to be a gift that I gave away. I think she meant it to be something I played. But our girl Shy, she sent us a code for Spider-Man with a little note saying, Coach, I know you're really looking forward to this game. Now you have something to do when you're not playing Madden. I laughed. I sent her a snarky comment back. I was like, you're a bum. Why'd you do that? She just reminded me that I'd done a lot for her and for the kids, and she wanted to just throw some love. But I have no interest in playing Spider-Man, so we are also giving that away. But during our text, we were talking about her going to college and what she's planning to do, and it led me to think, my friend Dev, about the first time you moved out and what that experience was like. So that is our story for today. The first time you moved out. So we're going back in the Wayback Machine, 50 years ago when Coach was young. I'm not actually that old, folks, if you think I'm 70
I mean, it's a long time for me because I'm old. So, it's crazy. Me and my wife, we were watching Downsizing last night, and they were at their reunion, and we realized that next year is our 20-year reunion for high school.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
I'm on my way there, though. I'm like 3 years away from 20 years.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here we go. My first move out was my senior year of high school. My family was moving somewhere else. There was things going on, a story I don't want to get into. But my bestest friend, he was like, dude, just come live with me. I was like, this sounds like a great idea. So I grabbed my stuff and I go move in with him. However, when I get there, he didn't tell me that he was living with 2 women already in a 3-bedroom apartment.
Oh, wow.
So if you do the math, the 2 ladies, him, me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 people, 3 rooms. So what had happened was they just wanted to make rent a little cheaper. So they figured all I need is a couch. I'm a pretty happy guy. You give me a couch, I'm good to go. And so for the rest of that year, I lived in that couch. Now, things I've learned, and part of what we're going to do is share things you need to know when you first move out. 1, washing your clothes is something that has to be done every week. Okay. People who don't regularly wash their own clothes don't understand that if you don't wash them, they don't get clean. Okay. Yeah. When you move out, there is no magic fairy that does your stuff for you. Some of my kids
mom is not.
She's not there.
Not there. She's not doing your stuff.
You're on your own. You got to take care of your own business. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the person who buys toiletries will be loved forever. Okay. If you're the one who always makes sure there's TP in that apartment, your roommates will love you. So be real smart about that stuff. And listen, you buy it once every other month, once, twice a month, whatever it is. Hey, you're good to go, depending on how many roommates you have. So just throwing it out there. So Dev, your first moving out. Sorry. How'd it go?
So my first moving out was going to college. 1999. God, that was a long time ago. I feel really old now. Yeah, so moving up to college, me and my wife, we weren't married at the time. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we both ended up going to CSUN, so Cal State University Northridge. It's about 2 hours away from where we are in LA, give or take 30 minutes based on traffic. And we decided to do like the 1 week early. Like you could actually move into your dorm and everything 1 week early just to kind of get acclimated to being out there and everything. And it was cool. So we both moved out that week early. We both had our own dorm. And the dorms in Northridge are very interesting. It's not like the traditional, like it's one room shared by 2 people. At CSUN at the time, the dorms were more like 2-bedroom apartments. So you actually have 3 to 6 roommates or 3 to 5 roommates, depending on how you do it. So you've got the 2 bedrooms and you have the living room. And if you decided to get one that had a kitchen as well, so you could have a kitchen And there were also apartments that didn't have the kitchen, so you could just have the 2 bedrooms and the living room. So depending on like how you wanted to do it, you either had 3 roommates or you had was it 5 roommates, because they would actually put 2 beds in the living room space.
Yeah.
So I just had the 3 roommates. So I'm there for the first week all by myself because the other guys don't come early. So it's real chill. I'm like, I got this place for myself. I got my girl. It's all good. I got a kitchen, so if I want to eat, I can make food. We can buy groceries. All of that, real cool. Then the roommates get there. Now, it's really weird because you think, most people at this point in time, like you said, know how to do their own laundry, and they take out the trash on their own, and they seem like they have. You would think that they'd be somewhat adultish.
Yeah.
Man, not here. Oh my goodness. So 2 of my roommates pretty much went home every weekend, and they would take their laundry home and have their moms do their laundry. One of my roommates pretty much was never there. It was just the weirdest thing. He happened to be my roommate, so I pretty much had my room all to myself because my roommate was never there. Most of these kids, one of them was from like LA area. The rest of them were all from like the valley where CSUN was. But it was just the oddest thing to me that you would still go home and have your parents do your laundry and stay home on the weekend. Like, you're in college. Why are you going home? Like, everything we need is right here. We got the parties, we got the ladies, we got all the things going on. Like, why are you going home? Come to find out, CSUN is a huge commuter school. So even though people would live in the dorms, everybody would go home on the weekends. So the school would end up being like a ghost town. And this was back when we still had a football team. So it was a really, really weird experience. I'm expecting it to be, dorm parties and people there, and it was not like that at all. And all of my roommates were, one, extremely messy. Like, they never took out the trash. They never cleaned the kitchen. It was just like I live with a bunch of just dirty, disgusting people. So I'm the one who's normally doing the dishes, taking out the trash. I'm the only one who like does their own laundry. I'm like, there's a laundry room like on our floor. It's got 4 washers, 4 dryers. Just go do your laundry. Why are you going home every week? Why is your parents coming to pick you up from college to take you home to do laundry? And so I'm just like, this is just the weirdest experience ever. So it was just a wake-up call that like not everybody has home training like that and know how to actually live on their own. So it was a very, very interesting first year. And the fact that it was like a 2-bedroom apartment instead of like your traditional dorm, there wasn't that socialization. Like, you had people who would just be in their apartments basically. You never would have like floor parties and stuff like that. So it was very different than what I thought my college experience was going to be.
Okay. This reminded me of something weird, so I'm going to share it real quick. So I dated a girl when I was a freshman at OSU. And the real OSU, home of the Beavers, the proud, not that fake one in Ohio.
Whoa. You will not sully the Ohio State, sir.
I just said it to make Donnie give a little rifled up. So
yeah, he happens to be in chat too.
Donnie's crap. Hey boss, how's it going? Really glad I'm putting on this great content for you and you're not firing me. Shoot. So I'm seeing this girl who went to this small Christian college, but like the school was so small. Like, they had a campus that was the size of like an elementary school, right?
Oh wow.
They didn't have dorms. They bought floors in an apartment complex, like a really nice one. And I remember going to visit this girl and like going into her apartment dorm room. And I was like, oh, do you want me to close the front door? I'm like, you can't close it when you're visiting. I'm like, why not? Because you're a dude.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Right? Okay. The most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life. We did not date much longer.
Yeah, that's interesting. What's funny? Speaking about girls' dorms, I swear to God, girls' dorms were the dirtiest things ever. I talk about my roommates being messy and stuff, but oh my God, like the girls' dorms, I was just like in awe. Like, y'all are living like this? Like, oh no, mind blowing.
Now we have a bunch of questions this week from a bunch of different people, from students, from people in the community. However, some things were missing. and we're just going to shout out right now. If you have any ideas for how we can give away our swag bag, let us know by hitting up Dev or me on the Twitter or the official, whatever the word is, PSVG OT Twitter. It's guys, it happened.
Yes,
Dev,
we have a Twitter, at PSVG OT. Come holler at us. We've got a bunch of stuff to give away. We've got games, we've got accessories, we've got mini systems that you can only go to Kevin, so Kevin has to follow and let us know how he wants his system. Follow us at PSVGOT. Let us know how you'd like us to give away this stuff, because we've got some goodies. We've got Spider-Man, we've got Destiny 2 Forsaken, the collector's edition, and a couple of other goodies we're not going to mention right now, but we will be giving those away soon. But we need your help, so follow us and let us know how you'd like us to give it away. Oh, and Donnie, you can't win.
Oh yeah, boss man, take that. Oregon State's number 1. All right, now number 1 in losing right now. Goodness, we suck. Okay, one of my friends said Oregon State only 60 players away from a national championship team. Here we go, guys. Now, the first question is, what is a thing you think everyone should do? What is a thing that you think everybody should do? I've got mine. You take a second. I can see your brain wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Boyz II Men made a CD back in the day that I believe was just self-titled Boyz II Men. There's that blue one that has the 2 on the cover.
I think that's actually just titled 2.
Just titled 2. Everyone needs to listen to that CD front to back. Everyone. I don't care if you don't like R&B music. It will change your life, because there are songs on there to this day teach me life lessons. 50 Candles Burn Bright. I'll leave that there. All right, so that's mine. Dev, how about you, sir?
That is a really good album. I haven't listened to it in a while, but it's good stuff, and it holds up.
Water Runs Dry.
Oh, man, that was the song that was in my head. Get out of my head, bro. Get out of my head.
On bended knee. Right now, I'm on bended knee. Okay.
All right, something that
can't say the other one. We're gonna find.
Oh man, something that everyone should do. Man, that's hard, because there are some things that I would think everyone should do that maybe not everybody should do. Donnie in our chat says everyone should sell drugs. I don't know why you would say that, Donnie.
Everyone should not do that.
Why would you? Oh, now he says launder money. Yeah, Donnie's tripping. We're just gonna ignore him. If I can mute him in chat, I would.
Students, those are not good job careers. Don't something
listen
else.
To Donnie. You don't want.
I understand he's the boss man, Don, but at the same time, wait.
Boss man, Don.
We made him this. This is our fault.
Yeah, this is our fault.
Dang it.
Bad OT. No, but I think something everybody should do. Go see your favorite band, artist, whoever in concert, man. Concerts are a really good time, and if you can, I would say that's something you should do. Get that experience, because not everybody goes to concerts, and it's a really good time to actually take in some live music, see somebody that you one of your favorite artists, and just have a good time. Oh god, Chaffee says go in a mosh pit and eat all the carbs. That's not a good idea.
No. Mic check? Please tell me it's mic check time. Where's Little Man?
You want to see Little Man?
Yes. Where's Little Man?
Come here, Hudson. Come here.
Kevin can probably edit this stuff out. Mic check. Come on, homie, do it.
Say it. Say check. Say testing.
Testing.
Yes, Huddy,
and
get
Hudson
it, man.
has graced the podcast.
Testing.
Okay, now you got to go, buddy. All right, I love you. Go see mommy.
That is a cool kid. Oh man, your kids. They're awesome. Okay, now the next one. If you're listening to me, I'm not sure if you are, so I'm going to say it regardless. Where do you see yourself after retirement? What will you be doing? He doesn't have his headphones on, so I'm going to just sit here and see if he goes. All right. So after that question, Dev, what would you say?
I heard you. What retirement? Yeah. Retirement. I mean, you should have a bucket list of all the things you want to do for when you retire. I mean, for me, like I want to travel and go see places. So like I want to actually get out and just travel the world. That's my thing for retirement. I want to go see places I've never been able to see regularly. So if I can accomplish that, that would be great.
Respect. I only have 2 things left on my bucket list. I'm down to 2. I need to go play hide and go seek in the pyramids. Okay, that's something I want to do in Egypt. And the other one, I need to go cat daddy on the Great Wall of China. Those are the 2 things I have left on my bucket list. So once I knock those out, I'm good. So what I'll be doing after retirement is I will be living it up in Puerto Rico, eating rice and beans, chilling, and reading. I will have a little shack in the rainforest next to a waterfall. I haven't decided if it's going to be on top of the waterfall, if I'm going to be like down at the basin, seeing the pretty splashing, but it'll be somewhere in that area, and I will have no power. And I will just read all the way till the day I die.
Wow.
I would just sit and read in a little rocking chair. That's the dream.
That is a heck of a dream. We're gonna need to get the video of you cat daddying on the
oh yeah.
That's a video we need to have.
See, I made a bucket list back when I first went to college. It was one of the things my D-line coach R made us do. And he was just like, hey, you need to make a list of 20 things you want to do in your life, son. You have to have goals and plans. So I made it. I've got literally 2 left. And those are the 2. And the Great Wall of China one changed because there was something I wanted to do that actually now as I'm married, I no longer have the need to do. We'll talk about that later one-on-one in the OT unrated. That's a different show. But now I'm a grown-up, mature adult. I don't need those things in my life. So here we go. Next question. Shout out 3 people right now and tell each of them why they got a shout out. So Dev, you want to go back and forth one for one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out Lucas Lore right now because he's chilling in chat and he's downloaded the EA Access NHL 19 trial because of us.
He's gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to play with him. I'm also gonna be shouting out Luke Lore, but my reason is Luke, as a teacher, understands the grind that we do that first week of school, but also he is dominating the Xbox drive. Luke
he is.
He's in there. He's hosting with our buddy Sean Capri, who we found out actually listens to us. I still don't understand why. He's one of the most famous Canadian podcasters of all time. He's basically the Beyonce of Canadian podcasters. Like I say that with 100% certainty. And he's in there just doing great stuff. I actually bought my very first McDonald's coffee because of Luke.
Oh,
was gonna take a picture of it and forgot. So just didn't remember. But really proud of that guy. So now next person for you to shout out.
I'm gonna shout out my man Chaffee. He's fun, man. That's my dude, man. We go back and forth on Twitter, constantly talking trash. He also happens to be in chat right now. And his games we don't don't play podcast is also great. And it speaks to me because there's a lot of games I don't play. But yeah, he's just a real cool dude, and just want to shout him out.
Nice. My next shout out is actually going to be to Seth over at PSVG. Me and Seth don't always get along. We actually have a long relationship of not liking one another. Okay. There's always, some jokes. Sometimes one of us pushes it too far, Coach Mo. And we kind of, get under each other's skin a little bit. However, I have had more fun watching him talk about life and share things the last 2 months and actually talking and getting to know him better. And I think the reason we were not fans of one another is because we both have some very strong opinions and wills. And now that I'm a little more mellowed, seeing him and seeing what he's doing. So I appreciate you, Seth. I appreciate your hard work. I appreciate what you're doing at PSVG. And just thank you for sharing the family stuff. Because sometimes I need to remember that with no kids, there are things I'm allowed to do that not everyone gets to do. Yeah. And so I just appreciate that. So You're up for your last one.
I'm gonna shout out Big Kev, just because he has to edit this nonsense and deal with all of us and our nonsense on a regular basis. So I'm gonna shout out Big Kev for being the dad of the group. Yeah, because he just kind of, just takes control of everything, makes sure things are going right. Because Donnie's always out there running amok, and somebody's got to put him in check.
Yeah, listen, after the comments he made, I was going to shout out Donnie, but I remember, we have kids listening to this, and I'm not trying to tell them to go do the things that he was saying. Yeah. So I'm actually going to shout out all of the spouses all of the spouses of the PSVG network, because they allow us to do something that if it wasn't for them being supportive and loving, we would not be able to do. Okay, I currently coach with a couple of guys who are divorced, and they're talking about how their hobby was taking away from the marriage and things that were happening. And to know that we've got this great group that helps each other and has each other's back, and that all comes from the spouses and relationships from them. So thank you, spouses, for being awesome, taking care of our family, and being just the wonderful people you are. All right, that was 3.
Yeah, that was 3.
We math. Okay. How do you deal with stress and or anxiety? Go ahead.
So stress, this in video games is pretty much how I deal with my stress. Like if I'm having a bad day or just things are going amok or I'm just having anxiety and stuff, sitting in our Discord and just being able to chat and blow off steam there, or playing video games and shooting mans in the face in Destiny, or swinging around and jumping off buildings in Spider-Man, or chucking an axe and having it come back to me in God of War. Like that's my stress reliever. That's what I do to relax and just kind of chill. Like when I'm playing video games, for the most part, like I'm just not thinking about anything else, and it allows me to just let that stress kind of melt away.
So I've actually been a little more vocal, not a lot, but a little bit, on the fact that I do deal with anxiety. And there are times when I've had a couple anxiety attacks in my lifetime where it debilitates you, and it's tough. What I found has been helping me has been our dogs. We have an older dog named Daisy and a younger one named Bear. And a friend of mine who also deals with anxiety, and I don't think he's talked about it, so I'm not going to say his name unless he tells me later on I can. But he was like, when you're with your pup, give them a squeeze, but then think about what they're going through. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, when they're stuck at home, or when they can't do this, or when they know you're upset but don't know how to respond, like think about that stuff. And so when I hug my pup and I'm petting, their belly and scratching their heads, I'm like, man, it's gotta suck when like your whole world revolves around being with me, and then I'm gone for half the day. And so like that kind of helps me. You know what? I have a lot of good things, and then I've been walking them more and spending more time with them and playing with them more. And I think that really helps me to kind of like decompress all the outside stuff, is to think about they really have like their sole purpose is like, hey, I want to be with this human being, and he's only here half the time. And so that it helps me like kind of let that stuff go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
That's good stuff.
If you could eat one food forever, what would it be?
It would be pineapple and ham on pizza.
That sounds delicious.
Forever, because it's the perfect combination, right?
Sweet and salty.
You can't go wrong, and pizza's just amazing.
It really is. It's like every food group in one place.
I'm saying, so that's what I'm going to eat for the rest of my life.
Sounds good. I want to say rice and beans because it's kind of what fits into my retirement plan. But because my dinner tonight, was some Chick-fil-A spicy deluxe with pepper jack cheese, our Patreon producer for our last show. I haven't said who the Patreon producer is yet, so you guys wait for this one because it's a hoot. But back to it would be the spicy deluxe from Chick-fil-A. That is a great sandwich. Pepper jack, spicy chicken, bread, all the vegetables. It's a good sandwich. I enjoy it.
I may have to go to Chick-fil-A after this now.
Right?
Yeah.
What a lunch.
I'm glad it's not Sunday because they'd be closed.
Oh, yeah. Well, normally when we record this so late at night, it's not an option. But
True.
Right now, it's totally doable. I could go back.
You could.
I could spicy deluxe my dinner if I wanted. I might have to. If you could do a podcast with any guest, who would you invite? So who's your number one? If we can invite anybody to come be on the OT right now with us, who are we tweeting at?
Ooh, that's a really, really good question.
Right? That's from Shy, by the way.
Number one, would be you, but I'm already doing the podcast with you, Mo. So
we're here.
Good there. Oh man, that's a tough question because I could go like a athlete, an entertainer, someone who's actually, I want to pick their brain a bit. Honestly, because I miss him so much, it might have to just be Barack Obama. Honestly,
Ooh.
like
I have no problem with that because then I can talk to his wife, someone I'm very much in love with.
there you go. But yeah,
Michelle
man.
Obama, M.O., Mo, M.O. Just saying. Those are not coincidences, folks. Those are facts.
Here you go. But yeah, man, just to sit down and be able to have a podcast conversation with Barack would be amazing.
Dude, when he roasted Trump the other day in that speech, I was like, yes, this is good sauce.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
yes, it just made me realize how much I miss him and just like listening to him speak. It's great. It's motivational. It's moving. Yeah.
We already know mine. I've literally tweeted at this person 2 times in the last 3 years saying that you're the number one. Miss Kim, over from Game Informer, Kim Wallace, one of my favorite writers. She writes some incredible stuff. And she even tweeted us back and said honored. And dude, I was floored.
I remember that. I was like, oh my God, she's paying attention.
I was like, she responded. This is all I need. Because now when I tweet at her a year from now, she'll be like, you know what? Maybe I should actually do it. And then it'll be you, me, and Kim. And then we'll become best friends. And then we will play NHL together. And yes. Yeah,
And
that's probably not going to happen.
The OT just followed her on Twitter just so we can start that conversation.
Love it. All right. Oh, and this other one, this is our last one, or second to last one, our favorite podcast right now. So let's not claim ourselves, because I would totally vote for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But who's your favorite podcast right now to listen to?
My favorite podcast to listen to right now, and it's because we all know that I am a serious Destiny head, happens to be the Destiny Community Podcast. Good old DCP with Miss 5,000 Watts, Holtzman, Pope Bear. Like, it's just a good time. Like, there are a bunch of people who are all content creators, and they just have a really, really good time playing Destiny. And when they podcast, it's just a lot of fun. Like, they're constantly ribbing on each other and just having a good time. It just sounds like just a bunch of friends getting together and having a conversation. So right now, that is my favorite podcast because it deals with my favorite game, and I just really enjoy like their camaraderie when they're chatting.
Okay, so about a year ago, me, Dan, and I think it was Brian, were playing Destiny, the original one. So maybe it was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing, and Dan was not taking it seriously. He was just kind of goofing off. And so he was playing so we could hear it over his phone. A podcast called, let me make sure I say this correctly, Off Book, the improvised musical. And I mean, I laughed. It was a funny little story. These two people were making up songs and doing some really funny improv. And so I want to say about a week ago, I was like, hey, what was that called? I kind of need something different right now. So I listened to their episode 59, and it's about Men in Black 4.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm going to tell you right now, there were times when I was driving home I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. Like, legit, like, I would text him one-liners and just be like, oh my goodness, this is hilarious. And the songs are pretty funny. Like, there are a couple of songs where I would pay to just have the song. Like, I would buy that MP3 or whatever they're called now. I'm not a doctor. But just really good sauce. Like, made me laugh. So that would be the one that I would say. I'm sure Bossman Don wants us to say, like, PSVG. But I'm just saying right now, like, I needed that change of space. It's off book, improvised musical, and it is hilarious.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out.
Listen, on the commute to work, it's about an hour long, the episodes. So on the way there and the way home, and I'm telling you, I'm rolling like the whole drive. So I've gone back and listened to like 7 of them so far.
Nice.
So our last question, here we go, is from our dude Paul C, who is an avid member of the Discord. He's a huge part of the PSVG network. We love the guy. He's one of our favorite people, and he wrote this. Now, he put it as a curveball, so I'm technically throwing my first like official curveball, but I'm not throwing it. Paul's throwing it, so it doesn't break any rules. So here we go. Hey, Coach, I have a curveball for the next OT, if I may. So I have lost a home to 3 out of 4 natural elements. First, wind. In 1990, a tornado came through the neighborhood, picked up my house, and dropped it a couple lots down. We were in it.
Oh,
Second,
God.
I know, right? Secondly, fire. A few years later, in 94, my house burned down due to faulty wiring. I was at school. And third, water. In 1998, the San Antonio area had its 500-year flood, which washed my third home away. So my question is, have you lost anything from a natural disaster? P.S. I'm never moving to California.
You're not moving to California, and yet you've had a fire, a tornado, and a flood wash away 3 homes.
Right?
Wow.
When I read that, I responded with, Paul, oh my goodness, I'm just so glad you're alive. Like,
right?
It's crazy. Oh my goodness. And so we kind of went back and forth and told me some of the stories. So have you ever lost a home or lost anything to a natural disaster?
I haven't lost a home, and no, I mean, we lost a television to the big quake that happened in like 94. Our TV broke, but other than that, no. And I mean, again, we have earthquakes and stuff and fires all the time in LA, and I haven't lost anything, and we don't have tornadoes or flooding really. So I kind of feel like now I'm scared to move to Texas.
So, I've only ever been around one tornado scare, but it didn't affect me. It didn't do anything. It didn't hurt anything. Same thing with fire. However, I did grow up in the city of Portland, where a lot of like floods and stuff happen.
Mm-hmm.
We do get a lot of water. The only thing I've ever gotten close to losing was my life. And it was because I was stupid. It had nothing to do with the flood. It had to do with the fact that I was an idiot. So everyone should understand how basic floods work. You get an overabundance of rain or water or something happens, and the normal channels of water rise up, okay, whether they're underground or above, or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Columbia River and the Willamette River were flooding, which means the outlets, the little streams, were also overflowing. And so there was one where you could walk across it, this little stream. It may have been, I want to say maybe 15 feet wide, where I would cross it to go do whatever I was doing. But it was maybe like a foot deep. And so I was like, you know what? I'm trying to go over to this friend's house. I'm trying to do whatever I was doing. I didn't mind getting my shoes wet. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to cross it, and then we're going to go play. And it's barely raining anymore, so I'm only going to be wet for a little bit. However, the water looked different. Like the area looked different. I was too stupid to put those two things together. So I go walking across where I'd walked across a million times before and got my shoes wet and all these things. However, now it's up to my waist, and I slipped and got caught. And one of the currents was cycling me through. Now I got lucky because I was able to get myself like turn the right way up and to get myself to stand up, because I was fairly tall back then. Like I want to say I was like 6'1". So I was able to like stand up and get myself like out of the water. But literally like one of the scariest moments of my life, like just getting flipped. And I was like, this is so stupid. Like, and I was like, man, how did that happen? To add to the dumbness of the story, on my way home from that person's house, I crossed the exact same spot.
I was gonna say you crossed it.
Totally just watch ram right across it. Not even just, oh goodness.
And you were about you were how old?
I would have been like 11, maybe 12.
Yeah, that's back when you're fearless and you think you can take on the world. No frontal lobe at all.
Yeah, there's nothing going on top.
Nothing.
Just quick forget and move on. Yeah, I wish I would have been a little smarter. That could have been really bad for me.
Yeah, but dang, 6'1" and 11? Good Lord.
Dude, I was 6'6", 6'7", the height I am now, by the time I got to 8th grade. It was like the end of 8th grade.
That is insane.
I haven't grown since I was in 8th grade.
Neither have I. I'm still 5'7". It sucks.
That does suck. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I can't even. I might have been like 3rd grade last time I was 5'7". That was a tough 2 months. I got over it though. All right, so that is all the questions we had. Dude, that was a lot of questions, and there were some doozies up in there.
Yeah, some good stuff.
You know what? Thank you, people.
Yes,
guys, if you want to send us questions and things, because my grab bag for my students back home is very small. My grab bag for my students here is non-existent because I haven't gotten to know them and built that relationship yet, because we've only been in school for 2 weeks. So if you've got questions, you've got things that are burning your frontal lobes that are way smarter than the one mine was in the water. I'm not going to talk about it. Send it to us. Shoot it to the PSVG OT actual Twitter or to Devin or to me, and we'll use them because we're good people, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tweet at us, send us, slide in our DMs, give us questions. It's all good. We are here for you. We are a podcast of the people.
Respect. Now, Dev, do you have an actual curveball? Do I need to get my weight back?
No, you're good because Paul brought a good one, so we're just gonna let that ride.
Thank you, Paul. I wasn't shocked on it. So now we're getting to the end of the show where we say goodbye. We tell you how much we love you. We tell you things we're working on. So, Dev, what are we working on right now, my dude?
Right now I am working on just, this social media thing with PSVG OT.
Yes.
Now we have the Twitter. I'm just going to try and make sure that I'm working that and trying to get these people to follow and get questions and let us know how they want us to give away these wonderful giveaways that we have.
By December 1st, I will log into that. Maybe.
We know you're very busy with the football. It's football season. It's all good.
Get them, doggies.
But other than that, no, that's all I'm working on right now. Trying to just be an adult and deal with that. Got the kids in school and everything, so pretty busy there. And then also working on getting this room together and all of these things together so I can start streaming again. A lot of people from PSVG are streaming. Hey, pup. And so I just want to get in on that train and get the stream going. But other than that, I'm not working on a whole lot else because adulting is just kind of taking over. What about you, sir? You going to finish up that essay?
Yeah, I've been doing the editing. I don't want when I turn this in, like I went all in on this article. And when I share it, I want it to be one of those things that people read and go, man, that was great. Not, oh, you misspelled your. So I'm working very hard to make sure that doesn't happen because listen, if I get critiqued on the content, so be it. But if I get critiqued, man, coach, you really know how to spell. I'm going to be pissed. Like, that'll bug me. And so I've been working really hard. Now, we have some giveaways we want to show to the people who are watching us on the YouTube. We've been all the way as high as 8. Right now, we're sitting at about 5. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. So we do have the Destiny Forsaken Collection Edition with Cade. GameStop only. Okay. We've got our Duke controller. Yes.
The Duke.
Good sauce. We have the SNES.
Yes, we have a SNES Mini. It's pretty.
The other thing, the NES.
And we have the NES Classic Edition for all of our audio listeners.
Now, I would show you the code to Spider-Man. However, Dev told me if I did that, then you would have the code, and then we couldn't give it away because someone would steal it. So thank you, Dev, for telling me not to show that part.
No problem.
You're a good friend. So those are the things that are in our grab bag. They have been in there for a while, except for the 2 new things that have been added. We want to give them away. So what we need you to do, hit us up with a great way to give it away. Tell us how to do it. Because here's the thing. We're not giving it away for free. All right. Our milkshakes may bring all the listeners to the pod. That's right.
Mm-hmm. He said it.
I had nowhere where to go after that. I couldn't remember the lyrics. But we don't want to give it away for free. We're not just handing out the milkshakes. We want you to earn it through your love and your listenership. So tell us how we should do it. Help us out. Give us ideas. Because one, I'm not bringing a lot to this podcast. Okay.
Please.
It looks like I do stuff. All I do is read the questions. I am the guy from Anchorman. If you put it on the prompter, I'm going to read it. So,
you come for the mo, you stay for the dev.
A to the men, sir. So with that being said, I'm working on just a bunch of little stuff. My goal is I have actually streamed probably 4 Madden games from me and Dan's franchise. And the best part about it is that we're in year 3. We're almost to the playoffs. Okay, we're almost there. And I just got done playing my starting quarterback, 2A from the University of Alabama. I can't say his last name. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought it was Tua.
Tua. From the University of Alabama is my starting quarterback. I drafted him number 1 overall. And I just got done playing the Minnesota Vikings, whose starting quarterback was Mr. Fromm from the University of Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And we beat them 44-0. It was glorious. Fromm shouldn't be in the NFL. Not a very good quarterback. Okay, he doesn't have the arm strength. He's not ready for us. Yikes. So I'm loving these draft classes. I'm loving that me and Dan, like he's starting to talk to me about college players that he's learning about from our draft classes in Madden.
Nice.
Love the conversations. It's good stuff. So I've streamed probably 3 games on there, so you can go back and watch the VODs that I've had of it. I don't talk during it. Why? Because the announcers are so good. I don't want you to miss the stuff they're saying.
And this is all streaming on Mixer?
On the Mixer. I'm going to try to do our Super Bowl because I think Dan's team is finally good enough to make the playoffs. I'm not saying, not trying to be mean. I'm not throwing shade. Okay, that Jets roster we all know is pretty bad. Okay, so Dan's been building them up and getting them playoff ready, and we don't play on the easy mode. Like, we play difficult mode. And so he should be in the playoffs, and then it's going to be, me, him, and Super Bowl. I'm very jacked for that. So I'm going to try to stream that one. I think it's going to be really good. Me and him, we've had some amazing Madden battles. My favorite one is the Turnover Bowl. We literally played a game where the score going into the fourth quarter was still 0-0 because we kept throwing picks in the red zone. Like, we just could not. We turned the ball over so much, and I don't remember that game forever. So I'm going to stream that. And, again, I've got 2 articles that are almost ready. We got giveaways. So let's get that happening. Come hit us up. We're official. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning and watching live. Thank you for listening when it comes out, whenever Kevin does what he does. We love producer Kevin, PK, penalty kick in the house. So thankful for all of you. Know that we love you. And if you need to talk about anything, if you need an ear, we are here for you. And I just wanted to end our show saying to all of those who are fans of Mac Miller, it's horrible how it happened. So we want you to know we're here to listen so it doesn't happen again. So if you need anything, our DMs are open. You can hit us up. We'd love to chat and do what we can to make sure that you know there are people who care and who are ready to listen to help.
Absolutely.
So with that, the OT, we love you, and that's our game over.
Shut up and sit down.